Do I sit here? Hi.
So just tell us your name and your boat club.
I'm Annie Anazakis, and I'm the women's president for the Oxford University Boat Club. Still turning the tide.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 boat race.
Boat race is one of the oldest rivalries in sport.
Probably the best known rowing race in the world.
One shot chance on that day.
Pressure is intense.
A reminder, Oxford are the slight favourites here.
It's not looking good for us. Oxford hasn't won a women's boat race in 6 years.
Go! Go! What a start has been made by Oxford.
This is our moment, this is our race, this is how we're going to win this year.
Crews coming together here.
My goodness, they're close. Both crews now being warned.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is one of the races for the ages.
It becomes a war of attrition.
Number one priority this year is win the boat race.
I remember I was calling, this is it, this is your moment, we take them out now. Everyone absolutely committed.
But Cambridge are starting to turn this around. This will be demoralising for Oxford.
Oh, we're going to see a bump here. Oxford are going for the bump. They've touched, that's contact.
It could have been a disqualification.
I'm speechless.
What comeback by Cambridge?
7 months of effort and hard work.
It's like Oxford are now in front.
Look at the blade, the oar of the stroke seat, Matt Edge.
Oh,
It's barely going in the water
he's
now.
in trouble, Matt
Look at
Edge.
his-
You can see his head's gone.
But this could be fantastic. For Oxford, this could be the chance to get back in. My goodness me. This is a very dangerous moment now.
You can win or you lose. There is no second place.
It's tempting to feel like it was sort of all for nothing.
This year we're going to come fight.
We want to make Oxford proud.
Oh my goodness, we should see something really exciting here.
This is a substantial lead coming into the Harrods Bend. They've just got to get across the finish line.
Against the odds, they have done it. They will make it 7 in a row. The title belongs to Cambridge again.
I think in the Oxford camp, they now need to ask some very, very serious questions.
It's not just that we want to win, there are jobs and reputations on the line here.
Lessons to learn.
I don't know why you keep looking at me for advice.
You believe in yourself.
Oxford came here to try and turn the tide, but it has not turned yet.
We can win this.
Not here just to have a fun time.
I think utter despondence in the Oxford
Yeah, it would
crew.
probably really suck if we didn't win.
Sort of fifth time round, it's just as exciting.
It marks the start of the season. It marks the start of the campaign.
So today we are at the President's Challenge, which is an age-old tradition where the losing boat club challenged the winning boat club the previous year to a challenge on the race course for the following year.
Sort of the first time that the two squads meet in any form. It dates back to the first race in 1829 when the challenge was delivered by letter.
Quite nerve-wracking when you see the opposition, so it's a nice way to kind of ignite what's going to be an exciting few months.
There's undoubtedly an age-old rivalry between Oxford and Cambridge, and it's one that we can't ignore.
Everyone's sort of walking around a bit square-shouldered and squaring each other up.
Both squads send some of their finest men and women to go down and try and get one over on the others early doors. It's quite hard for things to remain cordial all the time.
You generally dislike each other. There's quite a visceral, opening to things.
I'm usually the shorter one on the block, but I am taller than Lucy, so that was very satisfying.
What's exciting about this year? 2 things really. We have a new headline sponsor, which is very exciting, and it's a post-Olympic year.
Why is that important?
Olympians.
In a post-Olympic year, the world's best rowers come into the Oxford and Cambridge system, and with the coaching team, you produce a crew which is really one of the best crews in the world. we've got Heidi Long. She's coming off the back of a bronze medal in the Paris Olympics. She is an incredible asset. Cole, the Italian, such a dynamic oarsman. He's coming into the Oxford squad. Tremendous sprinter. Nick Rusher was in the American 8 that got a bronze medal, though coming off a fantastic season. One of the biggest catches is Tom McIntosh. The man's an Olympic champion, got a killer instinct. He's ruthless. Cambridge have Claire Collins from the all-powerful American women's 8, one of the powerhouses of that crew. George Bourne, you can't miss him. Well, he missed the Olympics last year, he didn't qualify. That was a really sore point. Wants to prove that he's back and in form.
Can't wait to get going. Here back at Wallingford, lots of new faces, but also lots of familiar faces, which is awesome.
Yogurt, strawberries, granola. Good start to the season.
49 in the meeting yesterday. So 49 yesterday morning, there's a handful that couldn't be there. And that's a mix of returners, that's a mix of people wanting to trial.
Day one, you've got 50 or 60 athletes rock up. They're all there to try and get in the boat race squad, to try and get in that first 8.
We start in September, 1st of September. Our goal is to have the 2 8s and 4 spares by the time we get to Christmas.
The coach doesn't have any time to hang around. They've got to whittle those 50 or 60 rowers down to just the top 8.
It's not sort of an ease you in gently, really.
It's not something that everyone's going to succeed at. The environment is to create the fastest boats possible.
The race is in March or April. We really do have to get going as quickly as possible.
I want them to have the best experience on race day. Winning makes it easy.
It's important that they make them as objectively and fairly as they can, but they want answers and they want it quickly.
If they earn a spot, they'll be pretty happy to be there.
There's almost a kind of nervous energy in the really early days. All these new guys, we don't know each other, sort of settling in, finding, feeling out the kind of squad dynamic.
I only thought I would do this for 1 year, and yet here I am, 3 years later, still here, still got a lot to learn, but it grabs you and doesn't let you go.
The challenge of what we have to go through to get to the race day and to be able to win is such that it's just a special thing to be part of.
It is probably one of the most important sporting events where there's no money involved, it's just for pride. And so winning is everything.
It is almost bigger than the Olympics, and you can ask any Olympian about this. The emotions, the stakes, the amount of people that are there all the way down the course for a 21 minute race is like nothing else. So to be able to compete in that, I'd like to say it's a bucket list item as a rower, but it's almost more than that.
This race is the bare knuckle boxing of the rowing world.
It is a fight, and at the moment it's one that Cambridge are winning.
We've won 5 out of the last 6 boat races at Cambridge with the men. The women have won every race since 2017.
That really grates on the dark blues mind. So much so, Oxford have a new coaching team in, and for them it's a way to try and turn around what is in effect a losing streak. This boat race has got history, and the history of the last 7 years is that Oxford have been on a losing streak. The light blues are an ascendant.
Hearing that Bowden had left was pretty big news.
A weird feeling, actually. He's a legend of the boat race, and I've got huge amounts of respect for him and what he did.
The question of who might replace him, crossed our minds.
So when the news came out that Sean was leaving Oxford, the rowing world was abuzz. Who could step into Bowden's shoes and replace a coach that was legendary?
Hi everyone. Hi, good to see you. Hi. Where do you want me? My name is Mark Fangan-Hall and I am the men's head coach at Oxford University.
Mark Fangan-Hall wasn't really on anyone's list. I think he's been an inspirational choice.
The biggest surprise was their choice for the men's president.
My name is Tom McIntosh and I'm president of the men's squad at the Oxford University Boat Club.
And how many times have you done the boat race?
0.
A decent appointment, I suppose.
The guy has got the gumption and the self-belief to be able to step into Oxford and take up the role of presidency, where he didn't really know anything about the squad, he didn't know anything about being president. But he thinks he's got the skills, he thinks he's got the ability to handle that. He's not a big-headed guy, he's got his feet on the ground in the way that a lot of Kiwis have. And you know, he could just turn out to be Oxford's hero. You know that feeling in sport where one side have got their backs against the wall? Well, that's Oxford now.
It's been a busy period, I'll be honest. There's been a lot of change. It's about what are you going to do.
They've thrown everything they've got to change it around. They've got a new coaching team, they've got some great new athletes. The question is for me, is anything going to upset the Cambridge juggernaut?
Maybe a little bit unsettling at first. It is a lot of change, and that might be how it looks from the outside, but I think on the inside, trying out something new and seeing what happens.
You never want to underperform on own day.
I don't know why you keep looking at me for advice if you're not going to take it.
Lessons to learn.